But I want to ask you this because I think it's fascinating, actually. Because customer service has taken a hit, and there's more and more automation. What you just talked about for 25 minutes is, I think a lot of us would say, harder and harder to find. It's something we have to create as leaders. Yeah. But let's start here. When you go out to a restaurant, when you go to a hotel, when you go to a bank, when you go to church, what aspects of customer service, because we're all in the customer service business, drive you crazy? Like when you see mistakes, when you see defects, what are some of the things that you notice with your expert eye?
The number one thing, when you're ignored.
Okay.
When I was staying in a hotel, let me tell you, I was staying recently in a so-called 5-star hotel. It's a big deal hotel in California, and they gave me a special suite on the ocean and blah, blah, blah. And I went, because of time difference, 3 hours time difference, you wake up early, and I couldn't wait to get up and go and get a paper. I walked by the pool. There were about 20 employees setting up, obviously, a function by the pool. I walked by at least 20 employees. Not one of them looked me in the eyes and said, "Good morning."
Wow.
Not one of them. That's being ignored. That's the worst thing. You have that in your business. Business, okay. I know. Don't get shook up when I put it that way. I mean, kind of relate everything. I mean, you know, they defined the hotel. Those employees defined the hotel. And guess what? Your guys who shows me where to park defines you too. We have to understand that. We have to understand that every human being, every contact person, what does a human being want when they come to you? Of course, they want to get a message from you. Let's take the theology out of the equation here for a moment. Let me put it this way. Yeah. I spoke to the classic hotels of the world very recently, which are the great hoteliers of America, okay? And I spoke to them, and before me was a speaker, a lady who runs a great hotel, I have to say. But she spoke and said, forget everything you knew about business, the hotel business. Forget everything, technology and this technology, everything. Forget everything. I was getting so upset in that room there because, look, forget everything. When I came up next and said, you don't forget what is really this business is all about. 5,000 years ago, people wanted to be respected. Last week and yesterday and today, they still want to be respected. And I bet you tomorrow and in 5,000 years, they want to be respected. So the first thing I have to give them, if they come to me, is respect. It's them welcome. It's making them feel that they may be part of something, that they're part of it, that they're respected, that they're honored, that I'm not ignoring them. And that is not done by your message. The message is important. When I leave the message, my wife and I in the car and said, that was a great message, let's talk about it. But let's put it totally different. Let's say you go for lunch. You sit with a few people in your office and say, let's go for lunch. Where do you go? Do you go where the food was good? That's not true. We know that. We studied that. You go where you felt good. That includes the food. That includes the message. But the overall feeling good, the overall feeling respected and feeling part of something and not as an outsider. You're over there. That's like when you go in a bar. I know you do that once in a while. Don't kid me, come on. I'm kidding. And you sit over there and the bartender has a great laugh and fun with a few people over there and you sit there by yourself and nobody ignores. You feel ignored. I'm talking from my experience about 60 years ago, okay? Not now. You feel ignored. You know, you're not part of something. No matter how good the drinks are, no matter the surrounding, no matter how expensive the chandeliers are, no matter how much expensive the marble is, and how good the drink, you don't feel good, you don't go back. Don't dismiss that just because you have an important message for eternity. That's the product. But the overall feeling right, feeling that you're at home, has to do with every single human touch. Has to do, of course, with the music, has to do with the air, has to do with everything. When you walked in the Ritz-Carlton, everything was right. not just the food or the bed. I don't care about the bed. I'm not in the sleeping business. I'm in the business to care for you.
Wow.